sweet friends, welcome to Embellish the Story. I'm so glad you decided to spend some time with me today. Thank you so much for dropping into my channel. And I have a little project today. It's so versatile. It uses very common things that are easy to find. And I just love the way it's turned out. I've done several versions of this project to show you how versatile it is. And then we'll make one of the samples together. So today I'm taking doilies and just plain doilies. I coffee dyed this one. Here's one that's not been coffee dyed. And I also, I've used an oval one on one of these. So I'll show you what I use. But you can use really any shape doily that you want. And I've made these into envelopes, but they're also, they can be a pocket if that's what you want. So these are super versatile, and there's so many uses in a journal for these. So let me show you these envelopes, and then why I said it can also be a pocket. So I used a variety of backing materials for these. This one, I used parchment paper that I coffee dyed the doilies on this morning. And so this one's probably my favorite because I like the crunchiness of it. But there's the front of the envelope, and then here's the flap. And if I didn't want to fold it down and make it an envelope, I could leave it here. I could stop here. And then I have a double pocket. So let me show you what I mean. I have something, I can stick something there. And then I can stick something right here. So these make a double pocket as well as an envelope, just depending on what you need or what you want. So this one was a doily and parchment paper that had been coffee dyed. This one, and this doily was round. So this was a round doily. This doily, I have to think, was a square doily, the square one that I coffee dyed. And it has just a piece of coffee dyed book page that I lined it with. I closed this one with Velcro closure, and there's how that envelope turned out. So this would be a much bigger pocket if I decided to stop it there. I will tell you something about this one because I'm not making this one with you guys, but if this is my square doily, you could fold it this way and fold it, fold it up like this. But this one, I went corner to corner. So I did it this way. So if that makes any sense. So I just wanted to make sure I showed y'all how I got this type envelope. So there was a square doily one. And then I had some oval doilies. And so this one I made out of an oval doily. And I backed it on a piece of just that paper they put inside an Amazon box. And it makes a double pocket as well. So this is a super fun little ephemera for our journal that can be used in so many ways. So we can either put it on as a pocket, and just, isn't that pretty? Or we can put it in our journal. So we could put it on a page. I would probably just paper clip this one in, like so. And then it looks like that on one side of the page and that on the other. So how pretty does that turn out to be? I love this project too because the parchment paper and the doilies can both be bought at my grocery store. So maybe if you're looking for supplies, these are some that are easy for you to find because I can find these at the grocery store. Now, the digitals I use to decorate and the digitals I'm working with today are these really pretty digitals. They are by A Mom's Impressions on Etsy. These are the ones I picked. And this is Roseanne at A Mom's Impressions on Etsy. I'll leave you the links to these digitals in the comments. Not in the comments. What is that? Description box. But It's Roseanne. Her Etsy shop is a Mom's Impressions. And her YouTube, she's got a wonderful YouTube channel. It's Roxy Fiber Art. So I will show you the papers I used. And then we'll make this little project. I used this set here. And it's called French Boutique Labels. And everything's in French. It's got some beautiful floral on it. Really pretty. Then I used this one here. This one is called, it's got all kinds of things about the theater. So it's called Paris Theater. So I'm using this. I may also use part of this one. This one says is Rose Ledger number 2. And then this one is French Labels 1. So these are the digitals I'm using today from a Mom's Impressions on Etsy. So I'll leave you several links in the description box so you can find the things I'm working with. All right, so I'm going to use the round doily for this one and the parchment paper. One reason I just love the way it sounds once it's been coffee dyed. So this round doily, well, in centimeters, it's about 19.5. And then in inches, it's an 8-inch doily. And the first thing I'm going to do is make a mark pretty much in the center so that I know where the center is when I'm folding it. So I'm going to put a mark right here at the 4-inch. Right, so I got that done. And then I'm just going to put this down. And you know what? I need it on that side. I'm going to put this down on the parchment paper. And I'm going to be really light with my glue. I'm not going to be heavy at all because these doilies are so thin and so delicate. The glue comes through really easy. And I'm not going to cover every square inch with glue. I'm really just going to cover these outer edges, these solid edges, and then the center. Because, and I will be honest, if my art glitter, my art glitter glue, I need new art glitter glue. I think that glue is a little thinner than this tacky glue. And the thinner the glue, the better it would be for this project. Because the glue does want to show through. If you sew, well, look at how you could sew this. This would be a cinch to sew. So I'm just going to outline my doily. And this is the way I did all of them, and I haven't had a problem with any of them not sticking. And I made these years ago. It's just been a long, long time since I've done one. I'm going to very lightly put my glue down. And then I'm just going to put it on the parchment. Now, because parchment does have a little, you know, it has that waxy, it has a little bit of waxiness to it. I make sure that I really press it down. All right. And then the next thing I do once I've got my doily down is I'm just going to cut, and I'm going to kind of follow the edging of the doily to give me a little bit of just variety, so it's just not so plain on the edges, so it's not just a plain circle. That also lets me kind of gives me some grace to make imperfect mistakes. To me, circles are one of the hardest things to cut. A perfect circle, to me, is really not easy to cut. So I'm going to finish cutting this out really quick. I might have to go back and glue. I might have to go back and glue a couple of places. But in general, I don't have problems with it coming apart. When it's done, we'll see if we need to go back and glue. Okay. So there we have our round little doily. And I can kind of see that center mark there. You know, I shouldn't have made this mark on this side. I should have only made that mark on the inside. So, hopefully I've got it adhered well. These look really shabby. Let me get my ink. I won't ink it right quick. Okay, I got my ink, and I'm just going to ink the edges of this doily really quickly. How is your fall going? It's officially fall. I love fall. To me, it's kind of a tie between fall and spring as to which one I like the most. They both have a lot of wonderful things about them. I will say the thing that's hard about the spring here in Georgia, and probably where you live too, is the pollen. Because we have lots of beautiful flowers here in the spring, but the payoff for that, the other side of that is a lot of pollen. But they're worth it. So I'm excited about fall and just the fun things we get to do in the fall and the fall decorating. I've been enjoying decorating my house. So happy fall, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to turn it where the parchment side is up. And then I'm going to look, and I can see my center, and I'm going to fold the sides in first. And there, and then I'm going to fold the bottom up. So I'm going to fold the bottom up, and it doesn't have to be precise. It really doesn't. Mine are absolutely not perfect. I'm going to fold the bottoms up. I don't think I wanted that high. I think I wanted to go right there. And then if I'm going to glue it down, but if you sew, I would just sew right here, and that's going to still give you this pocket, and it'll keep this pocket. I guess you could sew all the way up. I'm not a sewer, y'all. I wish I were. I really, really admire you guys who sew. I really do. So I'm going to put glue. I can put glue on this whole piece of the flap because it's going to fold up and it's going to be on this part. So I can put the glue here and here. And then there we have it. So now we can stop at this point. We do not have to go on if we want a pocket, because we have a double pocket. We have a place to put something here and a place to put something here. So we can stop there, but I wanted to go ahead and make envelopes. So I thought I would go ahead and finish this off as an envelope. So all I'm going to do is take this part and fold it down. And now I have my envelope. So there's my little envelope. And this is absolutely not perfect. I kind of need to work on that side right there. All right. So I thought we would decorate it using these really pretty digitals from a Mom's Impressions on Etsy. And on this one, on this envelope, I used that one. It looks like it's a fabric store. Atelier, I think that's a dressmaker. I think on this one, I might try I like this one. I like the pink around this, and I like the script on that's real pretty too. So I think I'm just going to tear this. And use this one. Okay. So this is not attractive to me, this front like this. I would not worry about that if I were leaving it as a pocket, because I would glue it down in the journal. But as an envelope, that's not real attractive to me. So I'm going to cover that with a piece of lace before I put the digital on there. This is just a piece of lace about the size of the envelope. And this envelope winds up being about 3 by 3.5. So it's not very big. I'm just going to put this lace down. I want that on the bottom. And then I will put this pretty label. Oh, one reason I picked this too is because I'm doing that 50 stack challenge that Amy at Crafty Cat is hosting. And one of the prompts for this week was labels. So I wanted to find, I found these pretty labels and I thought that is perfect for that prompt. I will use these pretty labels, these French labels. So I've got that down, and I've got this, and I thought I would put this along the bottom. So I'm just going to pop this on. Just going to center that. And then this is some sari silk. And I thought I would put it down here. Bunch that. And then I'll show you what I did on this one. And I don't know if I can, sometimes the way the fabric the silk falls, I can make it do it. But this one I made it look like the pearls were coming out and then wrapping around. And I love it when it turns out that way. So I have these flat back pearls. These are just flat back pearls. And I thought I would see if I can get this one to do that. Sometimes the way it falls is I'm just not successful. Let's see if we can get this to do it. Let me see. Maybe I should go from this side. I think we can do it like that. Okay, so I'm going to put right here, I'm going to put a little tiny dot of glue and put my pearls in there. Right up underneath this so it doesn't show. So that the pearls are attached under the seam binding, not seam binding, the sari silk. Then I'm going to wrap it like right here. So I'm going to put a little dot of glue here to hold it the way I want it. Oops, don't dry on me. Okay. Then I'm going to wrap it up here and put a dot of glue up here. I don't glue the whole thing down. And then I'm going to wrap it and put this dot of glue right over here. All right. Perfect. So that one wrapped around. I hope you could see what I was doing. I love that look when it looks like the pearls or the rhinestones are wrapping. Okay, great. And I didn't do it on the whole. I don't know why I did it on one side, but that's just the way I chose. Sorry if y'all can hear those cars going by. Some really loud cars are going by today. So I have this piece of a wedding gown. I thought I would use. I used it on the other one and I really liked it. And I think since I've got this side's heavier with the pearls, I think I will put it on this side. And I'm not gonna lay that flat. I'm gonna scrunch it because laying flat looks fine, but I like this better when it's scrunched. And then it looks like a little cluster of pearls and sequins. So that is how quick it is to decorate that side of the envelope. It was a little easier this time because I was making it pretty much like the other envelope. So here's the difference. Aren't those labels pretty? So pretty. And then on this one, I used the word Paris off of one of the digitals and some little flowers, but I'm not sure. What am I going to use? On this envelope, I'm going back and forth, y'all. I'm all over the place. On this envelope, I used these bigger labels because that square doily made a much bigger envelope. So I used the bigger labels. This one, I just did the little word Paris down there. So let's see. I think I took it off of this. And I like the way that turned out. But this, I love this ledger. And I like it with that too. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this one a little different. I'm going to take part of this ledger, I think. I love that ledger piece. All right. Let me set this over here. I think I'm going to take that ledger and put it down there. I don't want to cover up the doily. And then I'm going to try the word Paris on this theater. This sheet is the theater sheet. So I'm going to put Paris on there to give this one a little something. Yeah, I think that's going to look good. Let's see. Let's open this up so we can work with it. Okay, if I put that there, I'm just going to put it on. I'm going to make them a little sideways. Oh, I moved it. Oh, goodness. I moved it. Here we go. Put that down. Didn't get it down very good down here. Put a glue there. And then I'm going to put that Paris right there. Going the other way. Okay, pretty. I like it. I like that little piece of that ledger back there. All right, now let's see. Let's put a little something here. Let's see. I got these flowers. I think they'll match. Let's see. I might have to find something else. But I think they do. Because they're pink and green. Like the ledger. let's try these. So I'm going to cut, I might put 2 here and 1 up top. Let's see. Or do we want 1 and 1? We shall see. Let's see. Or do we want 1 and 1? I like the 2 and 1. So I think I'll do that. 2 down there and 1 up there. I'm going to put this on with hot glue. I might do it this way so that's not hanging off the envelope. I think I'll do it on these 2 sides. So what I try to do is balance out the left and right, or the top and bottom, depending on, I usually go left and right. For some reason, I kind of default there. I'm not sure why, but I usually do. Okay, pretty. That turned out pretty. A little more glue. So there is this one. And I've got the pears there. We can decorate this too if we want to. And this, look at the difference. Okay, so the difference here I'm seeing is I didn't fold this one down as far. If I fold this up a little bit more, then you can see the pears. And the thing is, I can refold it and you can't even tell. These are so forgiving. I mean, these are so forgiving. So I just refolded it. Now we can see them. So here are my 2 doily and parchment paper pockets or envelopes. And we can just stick something in the front pocket and the back. And I love these. This will also go in here like this. So if we want to just close them up and have a little cute little envelope, precious. And we can paper clip it closed. Or we could use the bow. The bow would be cute right here to close it. Like I did on this one. I could just take the bow. And use it to close it. Let's see how that looks. I'm just playing now, y'all. Just playing. I think the fall pollen is getting to me a little bit. There is pollen in the fall here too. Not like the spring. Not like the spring, but we do have fall pollen. So let's put a little bow on this one. I think this is probably going to look so cute. I just love that sound. Okay, that's super cute. Especially if we kind of move it to the side. Oh, how adorable. That is adorable. Look at that. So cute. So I love these little doily. They're envelopes or pockets, just depending on which one you decide you want. So here we have all of our little goodies today, y'all. Let's see. We'll do it like this. I forgot to show you the back of this. This one I did, there's a stamp image on some muslin. And then I just did this on the back, the one I used the Amazon packaging with. This is the oval envelope. So here are our little envelopes. I made all mine into envelopes. I should have done one a pocket, but y'all can see. Y'all know. Y'all get the idea. And I'm going to use this paper clip here. So many uses. So, I mean, it's kind of like 2 projects in one. So thank you guys for crafting with me today and just spending time with me in my craft room. I appreciate your sweet comments. Y'all were so sweet to me Friday when I was worried about my puppy. And unfortunately it was, we had done all for her we could. So our sweet little angel has crossed over the Rainbow Bridge and we miss her terribly. We really do. That leaves a big hole. And a lot of y'all said you understood. So she's restored to health. So she is having a good time. So thank you guys so much for all your support and all the love you give me. It really touches me. It really, really does. I hope you guys all have a beautiful week, and I will be crafting with you soon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.